March 1998 was ours. We sail digital seas now with the spirit of old. Our runes have been battles old, but our saga still rings clear. Fun for all in our fellowship. Join us if you dare. We are shield maidens and berserkers, living for a day. In the long process of gaming, join our camaraderie. Together we stand tall, a clan of legends still strong. In the nights we laugh loud, our spirits ever bold. Roads of heroes pass, mark our journey, fears and rise. In the digital glass, we find our light. Come and seek merriness in halls of shining screens. The lone wolf clan awaits you, where joy and friendship bleeds. We are shield maidens and berserkers, living for a day. In the long houses of gaming, join our camaraderie.
There we go. Right, find the right microphone. Hello, peoples. So you probably noticed the new Lone Wolf Clan intro is now. I'm about to stream. I'm actually about to stream. So you know now if you hear certain music that I'm about to stream. I will be setting up proper timers for it eventually. I've just got done with the bots, so I'm a bit late. So I've just been fixing the bot tricks for the Lone Wolf Clan. It was still for some reason paired with my channel, which it shouldn't have been because I unpaired it. If random name for promo is around, I deeply apologize. I banned someone last night at 2 a.m. who also had the name random. It comes after I had to ban another person that I can't go into too much detail for because I'm respecting the person I banned that person for. He asked me not to say anything, so I won't say who it was, only that I have support banned that person because this particular person he wanted me to ban has crossed one of my very defined lines in the sand. As you may notice in my rules, I say to you, I don't want anything to do with animal or child abuse. Well, the person I banned was banned because he crossed one of those lines about children specifically. So, I support banned that one. Then later on, for some reason I had some random guy with the name random spamming my chat at 2 a.m. and it was ringing on my mobile, so I went into my mod thing and accidentally banned the wrong random. So I apologize to random name for promo. You're an awesome personage. I will drop you back into your VIP status when the thing allows me, because unfortunately it's reset all your points and I can't remember how to gift you a bunch of points. But please know that you were wrongly banned. I apologize. I apologize to Mike for the trouble that later caused because of our shared ban lists. You were just the wrong person that got zapped. I apologize. But now the correct random dude is very banned, and they are staying very banned. I don't like the abuse they were shouting down my thing at 2 a.m. But I want everyone to know that random name for promo is a good bean. If my thing is showing that he is still banned, please let me know. And I will unpair our shared ban lists. And I'm hoping that his unban request has gone through and he has been unflagged. He shouldn't still be flagged. He has been unbanned. I've gone through all the procedures that Twitch has made that we have to go through. So hopefully random name for promo is all good and golden and isn't still banned and isn't getting any flags anywhere. But if he does, please let me know. He is an innocent victim of an accidental ban. He is a good person and does not deserve being flagged. I can't apologise enough. I can't gift you a sub at the moment, Random. I apologise because I would like to give you a sub for an apology, but that also seems kind of cheesy because it would be on my channel and that would be unfair. So if you have a channel you'd like to sub to, like Mike's Moans, for example, I will gift you one at some point when I have money. So again, I apologise. Nightbot is now shouting the correct links. So that's what I've been... So to the bots, I've now fixed Nightbot's links and shout outs. So it's now shouting out the correct links. Bot tricks I have removed from my channel because I've now made it Lone Wolf exclusive. So it's now exclusive to the Lone Wolf Twitch and the main Lone Wolf YouTube. Lone Wolf Clan now has a music YouTube where we are uploading AI generated music. We are using some of Sunny Motion's backdrops, and she is credited in our main thing. When it comes to the Lone Wolf Clan, I ask that you email us. This is so that we can send you written confirmation, so that, you know, if YouTube plays shenanigans, you can say, well, actually, look, here's our document. And obviously, please credit us if you do use our stuff so that people can find us and it builds that community. So that's all we're asking. I'm going to be keeping it a social platform, but like I said, the email thing is asking so that, I mean, you can take a screenshot of saying that this is all you need to do, but I would like for you to have an official email of written legal binding confirmation so that if any shenanigans do happen, you have the legally thing saying, look, here's the email. They said this, look, see. Basically, time-stamped and whatnot. And yeah, keep you all legal and above board and free of YouTube shenanigans. I am uploading a couple of tunes probably every few days. I do know some others are playing with the same AI program I'm playing with, so depending on whether we feel it's good or not will depend on if it gets uploaded. I'm going to be playing with it a bit more probably tomorrow because Friday is a very busy day and I have gone and overbooked myself absolutely everywhere. So today's catch-up stream may be shorter than intended because I also have to get ready for the Friday night collab to manage that for our stream team. And then I may even be in it, depends on who's in it. If Kilo is guest starring, I won't be in there. This is to avoid drama. There's currently a thing between the two of us. He's not banned from the Lone Wolf Clan. He's still welcome to join in with people. But if he's there, I won't be, and I suspect the same is true vice versa. This is just so that there's no drama or no accidental drama in case, you know, there's still some tensions there. The two of us are just basically having cool-off space right now. I probably had a go at him harder than he deserved, to be fair. He just happened to be the last straw on the camel's back that day, unfortunately. So, yeah, for the time being, you probably won't see me and Kilo occupying the same spaces because I want him to have his space, and he's probably doing the same for me. We haven't spoken since our falling out. So I want people to know that he is still welcome in the Lone Wolf Clan spaces. It's just that if he's interacting with you, I won't be to prevent drama. That's all it is. You can't. It's safe to talk to me about him and anything you're doing with him. There's no taboos there. Just we won't be in the same spaces at the same time. That's all. So don't feel like you're ostracizing either of us. Not having anyone choosing friends or anything like that. I just want it to be officially out there that he is a Lone Wolf Clan member, as in a normal member now. I won't go into too much detail of the drama that blew up a couple of weekends ago now. But basically, it led to him leaving the stream team, and I had to change absolutely everything. I have a lot going on in the background that I am not talking about on stream. I'm not going to talk about on stream, not unless I know for sure what's going on, and it results in me having to take time out, in which case just watch the usual announcement spaces, because I will announce it either in the well, actually I say either, I will announce it on the Discord, the Facebook page, and likely the X page, depending on how our government keeps doing things with our social media. I can't say too much on that either, because there's this new hate speech thing that anything that our government disagrees with and claims is hate speech now gets you arrested. I am not kidding. That is how bad things are in the UK right now. I don't agree with what people are causing civil, what do they call it, civil unrest in our major cities at the moment. I don't agree with them. But I do respect the value of free speech. That means that I have the right to disagree with what someone else says, but they have the right to say it and disagree with what I feel as well. It works both ways. I strongly disagree with them, but I don't think we should be censoring things, because that leads us down a very, very, very dark path. So I'm against that, but I don't agree with those that are causing civil unrest, if that makes sense. I don't agree with a lot of what our government's doing either. I can't even say what I feel about what our government is doing. That's how bad. But I will say this much. They are making North Korea look like a free, independent, fantastic country to live in. That's how bad we're getting. And that doesn't mean I'm saying that you should go off and burn and loot things. Quite the opposite. You're just giving them the excuse they want to crack down harder. Don't do it. I warned you years ago this was coming. I'm still warning you. You called me a conspiracy theorist. And here I am with a big pie of I told you so. So we expect cream pies in the face every time you bring it up. Oh, didn't you say this a couple of years ago? Yeah, I did. Because I can see the patterns. Not because I need some media outlet to tell me how to think, but because I studied history and I'm seeing those patterns repeat. Very literally. That's all it is. And if you study history, you will see those same patterns. I promise you, it's not conspiracy theory, it's just watching the patterns of history. So, political mumbo-jumbo and sensitivity and censorship aside, I am going to be carrying on with those minis I was having a hard time with yesterday, hands permitting. I am still raising money for Great Ormond Street Hospital. Mike has got us to £30 here on Twitch. It's not on the Tiltiffy, which is fine, because what I will do is I will keep a calculator check, so if either of them get a number of donations, if Gosh reaches £200 on my stream on Twitch, then it still counts and I still have to wear the ears. So I will be adding up between the two donation options how much I've got to, and if it's got to the 500 or 200 marks that are set in the challenges, because it's still raising money for Gosh, so it still counts. I would prefer you use the Tiltiffy, but obviously whatever's easier for you at the end of the day. So Great Ormond Street, we are currently at £30 to our current Sibby, which is Stream It Beat It, because they're building a new cancer unit over at Great Ormond Street. So it's going towards that. So, yeah, if you can get me to £200 in combination or one or the other, and I'm going to say combination because we have made £30 so far for Sibby. So, yeah, if you can get that goal to £200, I have to wear ears on stream. And we're talking cat/black fox ears. If we can get me to £500 as our main target, I will wear a pseudo Viking cosplay for a stream. Either, yeah, pretty much the following stream from when we've raised it, because it will take me too long to do the face paint and stuff. So it'll be the following stream. Do keep an eye on the Lone Wolf Clan space, because that also counts. My link carries across to both platforms, so to all the platforms, sorry. So it's here on Blackfoot Skitsune where I do all my arty stuff. There will still be some gaming streams going on here, but they will be rare. Because most of my gaming streams are being moved over to Lone Wolf Clan, because it is a gaming community, so it has more focus on the gaming aspect. That doesn't mean arts and crafts are out over there either, because we've got Grimsy who does his diamond painting and other arts and crafts, and I might do arts and crafts if I can't game for whatever reason, like, you know, Steam is down or what have you. So there's that. I will need to move this so that I don't accidentally do things with it. I will do the Scott Buckley in a minute, because I need to upload load. I need to load words. I need to load the thing in the background that plays that. There are some other donation things around, so we do have commands in the chat for that. So there's !donate, which should bring up the gosh. No, it should bring up the Lone Wolf Stream Team one. Actually, no, sorry, that's !team. So !team brings up the Lone Wolf Clan Stream Team donation category. And I say category because there's a number of charities on there that we voted on as a clan that we decided to support. At the moment, me and Grimsy, hey Ed. So yeah, me and Grimsy decided we're going to support Gosh. Kilo was doing Mind until he left the clan. Sorry, Stream Team. He hasn't left the clan, he's left the Stream Team. But it's still there. We're still counting it as a valid charity. Because even members get to vote on the charity. You will have probably heard the rumour mill that we are also working on the new clan logo. Now, the logo we currently have, which is, if I can point my finger right, there in that top corner, the Lone Wolf howling against a red moon, we have had that since 1998. So basically, Windows 98, Microsoft clip art from MS Word. It is massively overdue an update. So at the moment, there's a group of us in a hidden little chat, which I will invite you to, Ed, by the way. It's basically a hidden little chat that we all socialise. It's for a group of friends. It's nothing overly secret, where we're basically going through a whole bunch of designs for the logo right now until we settle on one. Some of them admittedly look like beer cans. Some look like sports logos. Some look like park signs. Some look like art. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over and find out which ones we think look the cleanest and the best, and go through it where we have a favourites among us, and put the best ones that we think are going to go forward out for community vote. So keep an eye on our YouTube channel community, keep an eye on our Facebook, and keep an eye on our Discord, because we'll be putting them up for vote there, so that you, the public, can decide what our new look is going to be. I think Master Azza was having a go at doing some D&D ones. Now, if you would like to take part in the logo design, just drop me a DM somewhere, anywhere, be it on Discord or YouTube. No, not YouTube. You can't DM on YouTube, sorry. So on Discord, Facebook, or here on Twitch. Just drop me a DM, and I will drop you the link of the MS AI generator we are using to make them, and I will give you a set of criteria that you have to try and meet in this, because obviously it needs a black wolf, it needs a wolf howling at a moon, minimum. After that, try and keep the designs tasteful, so no NSFW content. Sorry, people. So yeah, I am also expecting deliveries today. Hay fever. I knew I forgot to take my histamines. Right. I've got some deliveries coming in today. Now, I don't know if my Games Workshop one that I've been told to expect is coming today or tomorrow, possibly. As I understand it, it is something from Space Wolves. That's all I've been told. So I've got to expect a model from Space Wolves, plus some paints to help paint him. So apparently I'll be building a Space Wolf army next. I'm also waiting for some biostrips so we can fix some minis that have gotten weird paint, as well as clean an old wood elf dragon that we found. So I may actually get to paint a non 30-40k model. It's just an old hammer one. He's calling it Warhammer. No, it's old hammer now. Because Warhammer covers absolutely everything from Age of Sigmar to 40k to 30k to Old World. So it's an old hammer one. Which means I am probably going to have to fix the airbrush, because they are pretty big dragons. I also have a lot of work to do with repinning it, because the pins I gave it years ago were wood, and the wood has somehow been eaten away, and it has fallen apart. Also, I need to check these. I think I left them in a bit... Oh dear. Well, they're better than they were yesterday. So these were the cloaks that I tried to clean in nail polish remover. I may have left them in a little too long. They're now a bit too pliable. Although that may also work in my advantage, because that means I can make them more pliable to the backs of those Marines. I actually don't like these cloaks, I'm going to be honest. They've printed them out a little too thick. The things are roughly, let me measure them, 4.5 millimeters, so nearly 5 millimeters thick. And yet the cloaks on these guys are about 3 millimeters. And then I've got Lehman, no, not Lehman Rusk, Lionel Johnson. Sorry, I'm thinking Spaceballs already.
Lionel's brother, which is Lehman Rusk.
Okay. So yeah, Lionel Johnson has a much thinner cloak. It's 2 millimeters thick, and yet these little things are nearly 5 millimeters thick. Nearly 5. And they are horrible to paint, and even worse to try and strip off. So I'm waiting for some BioStrip to finish cleaning these off, because as you can see, I haven't managed to get all of that primer off. There are horrible lumps. I couldn't leave them in the nail polish remover anymore, because look how pliable that is now. That is nearly 5 millimeters thick, and I can bend it. That's worrying. So yeah, wait for some BioStrip. We'll finish cleaning them off, and then I can clear off the S. But I'll probably do the cleaning off stream, to be honest, because it's going to be awkward to try and scrub them in BioStrip with the paint, the thing, and this. And I've already got paint everywhere at the moment from yesterday's paint pot all over. Oh, and our demonstration of how not to dry brush. That was funny. I could literally hear the pro painters that come into my chat. That's not how you dry brush. I could mentally hear them screaming the heresy at me. Right. Oh, air bubbles. Get out of my wet palette. Out. Right, which one's the bubbly one? That one. So we don't want bubbly one. Put a little bit of water on here because it's a bit too dry. Swish that around a bit. I'll probably end up with paint soup, but I'll need that to dry out a little bit because I'm not going to immediately use it. In fact, oh, never mind. I am going to immediately use it. Sod's law. Right, so I need to finish off his white. Look at me assuming gender of inanimate objects. They're white. These guys still need a little bit.
I will send you to Jesus.
Of. Thank you, Ojin. I'm surprised you two haven't noticed the new thing. There are new rewards I've added. Yeah, so these guys still need a bit more highlighting before I tone them down with contrasts. This guy still doesn't want to stand up straight, even on blue tack. And we've still got these guys to finish. Apparently my mat has become bendy. The base of how not to dry brush. See, now you can't see the highlights. So I am going to go over with a brush and manually pick out the little highlights. Because I obviously can't do dry brushing right now. My brain won't allow me to process it. So this was the one I finished up a little bit off stream, post stream, while I was hanging out in other stream chats. So I've done the little gold highlights in. I need to do a silver highlight down here. And then we need to just highlight these bits because the dry brushing has gone super weird, but it looks kind of cool. I still don't know what it's done down there. It just looks really weird. But basically, you know, I'm probably going to end up packing that up with sand and stuff. Maybe. Or I'll just leave it. It is just for gaming. It's not actually for a diorama. I try to do my best works for competitions. If I do competitions, I'll be fair.
What if he doesn't survive?
What if he doesn't survive? Then he served the Emperor. He died serving the Emperor. As the saying is, it's better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself in 40k and 30k. So let us open the...
Alright, man, load your weapon.
Yeah, I've got way too many toys for you guys to play with now. And I'm still finding ways to have more toys. Work that out. Oh no! Don't tell me it did. Right, so apparently we've had a non-oil leak, so we've lost a quarter of a
your
pot of non-oil.
knees,
Yep,
darling.
that's all right. It was a half-empty one anyway. Right, we will need Abaddon Black. We will need the golds. We will need Wraithbone White. We will need Mephiston Red, that likes to keep exploding all over me. We will later on need the tomato ketchup. So let me see. Yellow. Will we need yellow? Yes, we will need yellow. So golden yellow can go there. Right. Who else have we got that I am going to need? Oh, we don't need blue. Dark Angels. Nope, that's the unopened one. We are not opening that one yet. Let's keep that one as airtight as possible. Levadon Blue, which is more of a purple wash. Don't think we need that on these guys. Let me see. Who else have we got? Where else? Right, so we've got Commander Khaki, Skull White. We'll definitely need that. There's the dark gold. Caliban Green, definitely need that if I make any mistakes. Nocturne Green. Come back here! No flying. Camo Green if I need to do more highlights. Come on. I know Mithril Silver's in here, thank you. Right, there's Mithril Silver. Now, for the Valegios, let's see. Move out of my way, non-matte varnish. I don't know what you're doing there. Right. Valegios. We need off-white, skull white, and dread whites. Okay, so that's those. Don't need the metallics as of yet. And we've got the other ones over there. Oh, there's the other green I'm looking for. Right, so. Come here. So we've got a technical, which is Waystone Green, which I might need at some point. So I'm just going to put it over there at the back. Now, I know I've got an open Dark Angels. Where are you? In which box did I place it? So, me and my cable are going to go across the room looking for a non-oil that's not half empty. We will be getting rid of this cable. My new Bluetooth headset will be arriving. I have no idea how that sounds, but you'll be able to follow me around the room everywhere. So, that's non-oil. That is Coral Knight. Okay, that's for orcs. We don't want that one. Where are my greens? Here, greens. I know you've got another Dark Angels around here. Where are you? So apparently I've got War Flesh, but not Dark Angels. This will be where I am staring at it, and I can't see it for staring at it, which is how some of our other paints have turned up. Now, if you've been following me for a few weeks, you'll know we've got an entire set of paints missing. I'll put non-oil there before I accidentally drop it and do something weird. There's another Abaddon Black. Is that the open one then? So I've got two Abaddon Blacks, both are open. I think that's the one that's almost empty, so we'll use that one. But I'll put that one at the back in case we actually do finish using that one. Leviathan Blue. Ah, here we are. The open Dark Angels Green. There we go. So both Dark Angels were in the box. Okay, and I have now officially run out of desk space.
Again. Oh.
And now Odin has hiccups. Right, so there we go. I'm sorry this thing still doesn't have a proper auto zoom. I don't know what it's doing. So I'm going to put the whites over there. We're going to put the palette to one side because I do actually have a white that can cover what I need to do. Skull white. Next stop. Okay, everybody, move. You're a heretic anyway. Oh, thank you, Odin. Thank you. Just because you're a high elf player and I'm a wood elf player. If I'm a tree-hugging hippie, that makes you a Ponzi peacock. Right. Oh, and he deserves a thing thrown at him. Hang on. On your knees. I see it there from Asterion. I didn't hear it while I was over with the paints, but I see it. I see it there, redeemed, glaring at me with your name. Right then, music time. Oh, I will warn you folks, if you are lurking, please make sure to do at least a chat or an emoticon or something every 15 minutes or so, as Twitch has put in this new feature where lurkers aren't counted after a certain amount of time. It's annoying and I hate it. Right. To painting and to music. So, music, which is now going to hurt my areoles. So once again, it is Scott Buckley's music. If you're watching this on YouTube later, if I get to publish this on YouTube this week, I will be putting the details below in the description. For anyone whose music I am allowed to use or do use, I do credit and make sure you can go find them. For the Emperor. So many Citadel paints. I grew up in Valeggio and Humbro, and I have so many Citadel paints. Oh wow, this is only going on like a thin coat. Did I over-thin this? You look at me putting all this effort and detail into these guys when I know full well once I'm done, I'll be coming at them with texture paint and making it as gory as possible. Because Odin doesn't like them clean and sharp and nice. He likes them battle worn and weathered and... And in Old Hammer it's the same situation. So... What do you mean that's why they don't bother shining up their armour? Last I checked it was a tenet of their commandments. They must adhere to the tech priests. Yeah, but the minute a tech priest gets hold of them, it's repairs. So we've basically base coated this in off-white yesterday. So now I'm coming in and layering it over with skull white, which is basically watery white at this point because I put too much paint thinner in there. But with it being so thin, it's actually serving me better. And it's filling in the gaps that the thicker paint didn't. And I can come over it in a couple of layers and not lose details. Not that there's any details on this bit that I'm using it on. Well, there is, but they're a bit defined to worry about. See where I made some mistake with silver. I'll get on that in a minute and do Caliban green over it. Actually, while I remember, let me invite Edmeister, since he's about, to a channel of mine. It is just a channel for friends, so... couple of people I'd invite in actually, so let me go find them. There's Amber, Dark Wolf, right, Atomic, Edmeister, there he is. Invite to server. Make sure it's the right one. It's all in alphabetical order, I need to find it. Where did I put it? Seriously, it's not hard for me to It's not that server. It's not that one. It's not that one. Ah, there it is. It's hiding. It's Jazz. He's already. Hazel's already in it. Ah, there he is. Right, server. Bring him in. So bring Chris in. Duo. I need him and another redneck in the same space so that we can have our double duos together. So yeah, invite sent to the relevant peoples. It is just a private for friends server, so it's an invite only. If you do want to join any of our servers, that would be the Lone Wolf Clan main servers, in which case !clan. I know I put my... Oh, there it is. Because I know I put my paper towel somewhere to clean this brush off. I let the paint dry while I was doing the invites. No. My nerves. Between my nerves and my tendons, I am having a hard time keeping paintbrushes and paints where they're supposed to be. Because the weather cools down, they suddenly start to play up and it's quite annoying. Wouldn't be surprised if I've got the Scandinavian rictus problem. Given the Viking heritage within my blood. Some things pass on where other bits don't. Red and black that side, black and white that side with a red kneecap. Should I give him a white kneecap or should I leave it green? We'll leave it green. Just because I like how it's looking as a green kneecap right now. It's simple, all of Kiss. Minimise my Discord because otherwise I can't see my chat. That last there should have. Okay, so Odin is doing some lightweight stuff in the background. Put these two somewhere so that white dries without them being in the way. Oh. Now I'm gonna have to wait for you to dry so I can fix you. How did that happen? Irritating creature. How dare you drop a leg on me? If that happens again, I'll be pinning him. Put that up there as well so he can dry. I need to pick out the bits on this. Well, here's me trying to blow off the things. Dry brushed it yesterday, it's dried looking like dust. Of course it's going to look dusty. Right. Wraithstone Earth. This one's been open since 2011. This is probably going to be a smelly paint. I also don't know the consistency of this particular paint. It's actually, wow, it's almost like I've never touched it or opened it. So what I'm doing is I'm picking out the texture in the paint where it's come up as the major lumps, so it highlights them a bit, because I will be washing this down again. And I will try and dry brush again, but I don't think I'm going to be very successful, because I have been doing it very wrong lately. Almost like I've forgotten my fundamental basic skill. Okay. You're probably wondering, where's the thing that goes on the base? He's up there. We just painted his kneecap white. This one's actually to the smaller of the two, which is the guy with the big double cannon. And I think he has a claw cannon in the other hand. Can't see him properly from here. But basically he's the smaller one. And this is his base with a tree of Caliban, to emphasise that their place is a bit forested as well as a little bit muddy. Going to assume Odin's new painkillers are working. May as well take the box in with you. I wish I had little leaflet things here. But I don't. So, oh well. One of those things I keep meaning to get and don't get around to. Just changed. Is it about to rain outside, I wonder? Ah, good. Nightbot's timers are also working now as well. So I've had to re-sign into FrostyBot so that you get your epic shout-outs. I've had to re-sign into Nightbot and fix all of that. Botrix was supposed to have unpaired from my channel because I paired it to the Lone Wolf Clan's channel. But apparently I had to unmod that. Excuse me. My hay fever is playing up. And if those of you that know me in RL are wondering why you haven't seen me lately, I'm avoiding anywhere that is a major city right now because people are protesting about the wrong things. and they're doing all the wrong things. So instead of protesting about things that matter, they're being a bunch of idiots. Might come in with some black tone as well. Give it more of a uneven, mismatched ground feel. I would normally dry brush this. I have epically failed so far at dry brushing, so round's done anyway. Let's get the Abbey Rabbit on. Give it a good shake up. Oh, exclamation mark music if anyone wants to check out the new music, the Lone Wolf Clan channel for music, where we'll be updating our music fairly regularly as we try to compile our own playlist that we can use on streams without having too much hassle. There's not a whole lot there yet, to be honest. I've only done a few tunes myself, and I wouldn't call them brilliant, but they are quirky. And they are Lone Wolf Clan originals with the help of AI. Well, I figured, you know, since AI is going to be a thing, as they say, if you can't beat it, join it. So with the AI thing, we're joining it. Because it allows us to make our own things without having to have an absolutely massive music studio. So in that regard, it has made things accessible. Wondering why I haven't done these two holes. That's where his feet are going to be going. So that's the glue more than anything. toadstools now. These were supposed to be, you know, seed pods or something on the tree, but I ended up deciding they looked like mushrooms, so they got painted as mushrooms. That's what happens when you leave me on my own with a creative streak, people. I see faults and I turn them into something else. Back for now, yeah. Don't be overdoing it, please. It's not turn green. Caliban. I probably don't want to see it. You're probably quite right. Aha! Now, let's give it a shake first before I use the tomato ketchup. I also need a bigger brush. The reason I call this tomato ketchup is its consistency. It's like tomato soup. I have a head around here somewhere, so you probably know where this is going, folks. These bases are gory battle zones after all. Finished off with hard coat over these bits to give it a wet look. Base can go off and dry so you can see that a bit better. Space behind me can go there. Just so it's out of the way and I've got more desk space for a minute while that dries. So let's have a look at these guys. I'm still working on them. Bits and pieces are here. So we've got a sword. Got some shields. That's part of what will be going on that base. Right. So let's have a look at the shields, because those were where we were having trouble. Bring an Ojin hair. I can tell it's Ojin's hair. So we did actually manage to write in Caliban on these shields eventually. It's not great, but I'll take it. I'm done with trying. Right, so I now need a very fine brush. Nope, don't you dare turn over in my hand. You can actually see what's going on with this hand today. It's going on with both this finger and this finger, so I know it's trigger finger that's playing up. So while I'm doing a lot of it with them just resting like this while I use the desk to steady myself. So if you have unsteady hands, don't make the mistake of trying to paint like this. Use your desk. Use it to steady your hands. And another thing you can do, hold your wrist with your other hand while you're doing it, and you can get surgeon level precision. This is coming from someone that has chronic tendinitis all over my body, trigger finger in my hands, and nerve damage that's going on. So yeah, there are tricks you can use, especially when you can't trust your own body. Now, another thing is paintbrush design as well. So I've got these because they help just to rest it, so you can get like a chopstick effect. You don't have to hold on to it, you can just lightly rest it and do this, so you don't have any clamping going on. It doesn't eliminate when your hand decides to completely let go, but if your hand over cramps, all it's going to do is hold the brush tighter. So you can just rest it with your fingers, because I very, very rarely actually hold on to it. The only thing that I may do is my thumb may hold it. But you may have seen some other streams where I'm doing what my grandfather used to call chopstick painting, where everything is on these two fingers. But yeah, there are designs of brushes out there for people with different, mobility problems regarding hands. There's even grips that you can get, that you can put over the normal paintbrushes that pad up the brushes for you. So, do have a look around. Don't think that because, you might be on a medication that gives you the certain side effects like tremors, or you have similar issues to me like arthritis, tendon and nerve damage, that kind of thing. There are options out there. You don't have to give up. And failing that, we can always all get together as people with different challenges and come up with a new design of paintbrush handle. And then patent that for fellow sufferers of not being able to paint properly. It's one of the reasons that why when I relaunch Odin's Den, it will not be a miniature painting service per se. Just because I'm not sure if I'm ever going to be back at the phase I was back in 2011 and earlier. Odin is much the same because he can't pawn. As we get older, these things are just going to get worse. So yeah, there's that to contend with. Now then, we need some white highlights on you guys, don't we? No. There's also things like pressure glove or compression gloves like I've got. They help a lot as well, in certain circumstances, of course. else has he got? Wait, that I need to worry about. Oh, here. So I'm redoing his knee pad because it just went really, really weird. So that means I'm going to have to paint over his swords, and then I'm going to have to come in and redo the swords, because that's just how these things go sometimes. Keep your red versus blue quotes in your corner. I spy a seal that's tried to get away there. Heresy. Heresy. While he's over there drying, we'll now work on the next guy. The only thing that will be missing off these guys will be their cloaks. So their cloaks need to spend some time in some biostrip and finish off cleaning them, and then I'm going to see if we can get them to harden up again. I'm not quite sure how I might do that. I might try dropping them in the freezer. I've heard that works. I've never quite, you know, left them in nail polish remover too long before, so this is a first for me. Normally they're in for about 10 minutes and then I scrub them, but I kind of forgot that I left them on the window ledge in nail polish remover the whole time I was streaming yesterday. So they were in there for about 4 hours. Way too long. Delivery is nearly here. How many stops? Oh, so it might even be him outside we're hearing now then. Oh, he's just, okay, never mind then. So he's still up the road. He may decide to come down to us, depends on what his sat-nav says. Okay, depends how his deliveries roll. So that would be for the new headphones, I assume. Since we have that here and we don't have our hands to accidentally paint, we'll do that now. Is that a Jay or next door's child screaming again? For those wondering, my next door neighbour have 2 children. One is going through its terrible twos. The other one is a very loud, probably 4, 5-year-old toddler. And so they're in that stage where they are discovering how loud their voices can get. My only wish is they wouldn't let them out at 6 o'clock in the morning when I'm still trying to catch up on sleep. You know, what's known as sociable hours, and theirs is very unsociable. It's like I used to volunteer night shifts at our local animal rescue. I had to ask them to take me off the night shift register because I couldn't get any sleep. That's how bad screaming is. Even with your windows tight closed and all the noise proofing, you can still hear that child's piercing scream. And I know kids have got to be kids, right? They need to do their childy screamy thing and run off that energy. But at 6 o'clock in the morning outside, come on people. That's what's known as social hours. Keep them inside and make them watch telly till at least 8 in the morning.
What the hell?
Yeah, right? One stop away! If it's UPS, then it might also be... Oh, it's Hermes again, is it? Oh, it's Amazon Direct. Wow. Been a while since we've had them. Yeah, they probably get through, you know, not nice place centrals right now. By not nice place centrals, I do mean cities with civil disobedience going on right now. Whether or not I agree with your cause, I do agree with the whole free speech thing. Free speech is massively under attack in the UK. So be aware of that. Come to visit the UK. We no longer have free speech. Keir Starmer's making sure of that. Keir Starmer should never have stepped up. And I refuse to give him the Sir title because all the things I know about him, he definitely does not deserve it at all. So if you're visiting the UK, know this. If you don't agree with Keir Starmer and his viewpoint, he labels you far-right extremists. Even if you're of the left. Which I am. That doesn't mean I agree with the horrible atrociousness that some of these people are protesting about, but I do value free speech. Meaning, I value my right to disagree with them as much as they have to disagree with me. And I very, very fervently disagree with what they're protesting about, or being, and how they're protesting anyway. It's not even protest in some places. because I have rules against said thing. You know, if you're in my space, I don't want your racism here, thank you. There is nobody in the UK alive today that has been here since the Ice Ages. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. You would be a mummified fossil. At the very least. Stand with Seraphim Sepia once I've evened out that. Oh, look. Have they not discovered the play park? I mean, it's just like 10 yards that way. Sorry, it's just the kids really need to run off energy. We have this fantastic little play park that is literally, it's, I don't know how you measure it, I call it about 20, maybe 15 yards from my house, where there's this wonderful thing with all these climbing frames and swings and other activity thingies they've got in there, and a football field, where small children specifically, because this village doesn't think about the, you know, the older child or older minors. They only think of the small ones. And there's this, you know, they could go in there, definitely with some adult supervision because, you know, responsible parenting, and go in there and just run that energy right off. And that's what annoys me the most, is we've got all these parks for these small kids, but the parents of these small kids don't take them there. And I get that, you know, people don't have time and stuff. I get that. I do. But if we're going to design parks, can we at least keep older kids in mind? The ones that don't need supervision? Because the ones for the smaller kids are majority unused these days because parents don't have time to take their kids there. When I was a kid, you know, we were allowed out at age 4 or 5, we could be trusted on our own. I mean, it says a lot that we could be trusted on our own at age 4 and 5, but kids today can't be trusted on their own until they're age 12. And even then, some parents still like, nope, nope, you can't go on your own because, you know, they're scared of genuine dangers. The scissors are, well, the blunted scissors anyway, just over there. You can use your fingers to rip it open. Yeah, okay. Oh no, not bubble wrap. Keep that away from me. Keep the accursed bubble wrap away from me. I will spend all day popping it if you put it anywhere near me. No! Keep your bubble wrap away! And now I've gone and painted the gold bit I didn't want to paint. Oh, yeah. No, no, no. No, I don't want the bubble wrap. Figure it out. Keep the bubble wrap away from me, mister. Otherwise I won't paint minis, I'll just pop bubble wrap. And this will become a weird stream of popping bubble wrap. Go away. Go away. Go away before I throw wet pallets at you. Stop it! Now it's in the way of my paints. That my husband is mean to me. Oh, is that the title we're using now? Is it husband? Okay. You know that in pagan terms we're supposed to get remarried every year, right? Yeah, we're not playing with headphones while I'm streaming. I'm sure this is supposed to be a textured paint. There's so much sand in here. It says it's a base paint, but there's sand in there. Highlighted now. Very well. Takes this paint off. So I am actually having trouble with my hand shaking today. I have to wear the compression glove if this keeps up. Hydration break. I'm not too worried about the fact that it's cream on brown, because we are going to wash this down so the cream will get turned into a lighter brown. Whole idea being that I'm highlighting it to make it stand, the edges stand up just a little bit better. Because this grey is a bit dark. Going to get washed down again, so adds a little bit of contrast. soapy wash. Come on. So that's... Okay, that's it. I need my tiny, tiny pin. Where is it? Tiny pin. Just put the highlights on that. So I was wondering what this little tool I've made here is. It is a broken piece of once safety pin and an old USB cap. So I've just fed the safety pin piece through it, and then it gives me a little handle to direct what I'm doing with it. So I can just get it back to where I want it though. That would be nice. Come on through that hole. Through that hole. There we go. Alright, so there you go. It makes this handy little thing for just putting on little dobs like eyes for very tiny things, or in the case of this, little white blobs on tiny little cameras. So that's him highlighted. He can go sit over there. Right, where's his brother? I think that's him, yeah. How's he doing on his highlights? Oh, he's looking much better. He's been highlighted the way we want him. It's just that that sniper guy is so stark, we need some contrast going on. And then, where's the other two? There they are. Right, tomato ketchup. Over there. There it is. That's those little bits of highlights done. It's not on his proper base yet. I'm not too worried about painting the base. Go away, Waspo. The door's over there behind me. We've got sugary drinks outside because I refilled your nectar feeder. Yes, I feed insects here, okay? One of the main problems people have noticed in our garden this year is we don't have a lot of wasps and bees. That's probably because everybody keeps cutting down their flowering plants like buddleia. Metallic metal undercoat on these, and it shines up nicely when I put this tomato ketchup style one on. It's practically a wash with how watery it is. It's supposed to be a colour contrast. but it acts more like a wash. They've thinned it out a little bit too much, but that's okay. It works in a lot of jobs like this, actually. Especially when you only need very thin coats. So I've used Army Painter's metallic red. I can't remember what it's called. Gemstone red. There we go. As a base. Well, I mean, I actually used a red as a base. Dark red. I can't remember. I think it was Mephiston. And I've come over it in the metallic gemstone from Army Painter's metallic range. And now I'm coming over it in Magmad Wrath Flame. I can't say that in one word. Oh, we all have closed it. See? Mad Wrath.
Magma Droth Flame.
You're calling it Magma Droth. Okay, so Magma Droth. So that colour. Basically, so we can put it out for debate on whatever we want to call it. So whatever you call it, that colour, right? And it's coming up very nicely. It's actually giving it a deep, almost Blood Angels red. And I say almost. Theirs is a really bright red. They're almost like salamanders and space marines for their red. I have 3 disliked units. And that's not because of the lore behind them. And not at all. I actually love the lore behind them. It's the colour coding. I don't like salamanders because they basically remind me of bogies. I don't like space marines because very blue. I mean, it makes me want to sing the Eiffel 65 song all the time. And I don't like blood angels because they're just so bright red. It's like, yeah, okay, I get it. People like that. It's your right to like that. I don't. But I do like the lore behind them, so their lore's pretty epic. So I'm not dissing them. I just don't like the colour schemes. I do like Raven Guard though. But then, I'm a very gothic type of person. I like the starkly dark colours. And everyone's all like, you can't paint black without making it look horrible. Ah, yes you can. You just don't do black. You do it as dark grey. And then you get something like Null Oil that makes it look like black. Like I have to do with these Dark Angels. Everyone thinks they're black. They are not. They are very, very, very dark green. It's almost... I mean, it's so dark green it is almost black. It's coming out nicely now. So you can now actually see, probably even on this horrible camera, the contrast now on that red. If I bring it up so that you can actually see it. So you can see the red is now really starting to pop out. Hopefully. Now we're going to do it to this guy. This is why we paint in layers, not just apply it straight on, because the layers you put under affect how the surface coats eventually come up. I mean, I'm amazed at people that can start off with purple and turn that somehow really bright white, although I think it's a waste of purple. But everybody has their style and techniques, and all of them are justified and valid. But it always amazes me that someone can make something purple turn flesh coloured because of the way they tone it up. And as much as I may think it's a waste of purple, I can't discount the results. The results speak for themselves. That gentle shading up in different undertones is what ultimately makes the end result colour. And this guy is no different. I'm going to try and just do the edges of this in this red and nothing else. Because this is the guy that needs to look the flashiest. He's the leader of this 5-man squad, of which we need 10, and they are overpriced. GW, looking at you. 5 units for the cost of a box set. And I am talking a big starter box set. Come on, GW. Stop turning this into a gacha game. You're outpricing all the kids for a start. So let's see if that done. Let's do this. No! Now I've got red paint where I don't want it because my hand did a thing. So glad that it's not the finished product yet. Time to get back to cleaning stuff yet. Just remember, don't overdo it. I don't want you in hospital with your back again. So we are actually trying to declutter in this house a bit, because it's got to the point where we can't move. You can probably see the sofas behind me a bit actually. Or maybe not. No, okay, I've cut them out. But basically the sofas behind me have become a storage unit for everything Games Workshop. That just will not do. Am I still on camera? No, I've lifted off a bit, haven't I? There we go. You go over there and dry now, so that's you done. You're the other one, so you can go sit over there and dry now. Your turn. Then we'll get to you two. I'm going to get as much detail in as possible that is going to be behind the weapons, because the weapons actually make it very difficult to paint them properly. And everyone's all going to be going, well, if I can't see it, don't paint it. Well, the thing is, with these guys, you can see it. So you have to not part assemble them. Sometimes I do what's known as fragment painting, or whatever you want to call it, where you do the painting in every tiny little bit before you glue it all together. Now that does have its merits for some models, but for others, like this guy, not so much. So you need to part assemble. And you just don't do certain things until you're ready to put them together. Which in the case of this, I mean, he's fine. I got most of that detail before the sword went on. And once the sword was on, it's been easy to paint round him since. But with these guys, you'll notice they haven't got their swords and shields on, because the shield is going to cover all of this, but you can see it behind the shield, but you can't paint it because the shield will be in the way. So that's why I part assemble some of these minis, and in some cases you may see that I just paint them while they're still on the sprue. there is logic to my insanity, what seems like insanity, and it's that I need to get at certain details without other things in the way first. Once those details are done, I will then start to assemble, and then I will start to paint around the assembly so that it's an even coat and all that sort of thing. Now, it does get difficult if they all need the same base coat, in which case I have to do a very rushed job while they're on the sprue to make sure they get that same undercoat. Now I've got a set of wings that don't want to properly alight. Come on. Behave yourself, little red wings. So yes, there is a method to my seemingly madness. And that is it. That is why. I'll try and do this without getting onto that black. Or the gold. This guy's not supposed to be as flashy as the other guy, but he does still have a flashy headdress where it's supposed to be red and black. Or in this case, red and very, very dark red. And of course, because the sword is there, it is actually proving my point of why I don't like certain things in the way when I am doing detail. It is actually easy to work around, but when you've got problems with your hands like I do, it does actually present a challenge. Now, I'm not saying challenges are bad, some challenges are good. I know my skill set at the minute, so I can manage this, but there will come a time when I can't. Now I've got to do the back. Like that. Pick up some more tomato sauce that needs shaking to get it back in the lid. Right. As I did say earlier, this is probably not going to be as long a stream as I intended, so I may or may not carry on till 6. Grimsy will be streaming at 8 over on Lone Wolf Clan tonight. I can't remember if he's... I don't think he's on the clan Twitch, but I think he is on the clan YouTube tonight. I forgot to ask him. But yeah, he will definitely be on the YouTube channel tonight, as well as his own Twitch if he's not on the Lone Wolf Twitch. So he'll be on Grimsy Grimoire. His link is under the hosts of the Lone Wolf Clan links, so !clan to get those. It's normally a Fright Night Fridays, but we've changed it to Collab Fridays to take the pressure off because the horror games are lacking at the moment for decent horror games, and the ones that we do like to play are also buggy that they're unplayable right now. And when we report those bugs into Clockwork Games, I think that is who they're called, the ones that do Demonologist. So Demonologist and Phasmophobia are both going, "Oh, you're using cheats, that's why." And we're like, "What cheats?" "Oh, you're using remod, that's why." Not on a multiplayer game, I don't. Single player, I might. Because who's that going to hurt? Me? But on a game that has got that is mainly a live multiplayer function, hell no. I don't want an unfair advantage on a game that's completely pointless. I don't want an unfair advantage on any competitive game. I like to test my skill, and I like the challenge. But when it comes to a single player, I call that a fuzzy grey area. It's about you enjoying it. But when it comes to a multiplayer game, yeah, I don't endorse cheats unless everyone has access to it. But, yeah, and even then I don't really endorse cheating because it's a weird thing. But, yeah, so they've been blaming that. And then when you say, well, no, I don't use that on that, on that, on that, on that game, because I don't, they then start to go, oh, it's because you've got a low-end PC. I have got a friend whose PC is so high-end, he's practically bankrupted himself updating it. Because, you know, it's 2-3 grand a pop for some of the things, like the graphics cards and all that. And he's a really high-end, up-to-date PC right now. He's as high a specs as you can get for a gaming PC. But apparently he's on a low-end PC, I guess, and he doesn't even use mods. He's never modded a game in his life. So, what the hell? What excuse have you got at that point? The problem with the Unity engine on Demonologist is you changed the engine halfway through the game. Then the other problem is you are also not programming your shaders correctly. And on top of that, it wants you to download the admin version of Unity engine like we're the game developers. So the problem, I'm sorry, Demonologist, is your end. I mean, we've not had the voice channel working correctly for well over a year now. We've not had the ghosts doing what they're supposed to for well over a year now. And the game has gradually got worse with each update. So, I'm going to say it. Step back on making content for just a little bit and fix the damn bugs. Get the bugs fixed, then go back to making content, because all you're doing is adding to the damn bugs. And do proper damn fake beta tests. There's a reason companies are supposed to have game testers, and that's why. And stop taking feedback and bug reports as a personal attack. It's not. We just want your damn game to work so we can have fun on it. I should rename my channel to Fox's Ransom. Because that would be funnier. Stay nice and dark on the inside. This is red's highlighted. Your turn. Too much. I see a spot of gold that shouldn't be on his shield there, on his arm there. It's coming with green later, after the red's dried. My hand must have done a thing for that to have gotten there. Oh, I forgot their shields. someone else who needs fixing. I'm of course going to need his base. Of course I got red there, didn't I? Where's the Abiadon? It's over there, that's where it is. If I do that, will you stand up properly? Plenty to hold him this time. I must have used the contact cement and not enough of it. Wait a minute. Got him perfectly balanced on an uneven surface. That's a skill set. Unfortunately, his legs fell off. That's what I'm fixing now. Yeah. So by uneven surface, I am talking about this mat. And I'm not touching the mat while he's balancing on it. The mat is slightly heaped up in the middle. I think I may have heated it up a bit too much in the middle. So I'm going to go and have a quick channel hop while I wait for that glue to dry a minute. Because he's taking up my workspace. So, Mini Mag Cat's back on. Mirko Mike is on. Where did I get radied out to from Mike's? Okay, I have no idea who that is. Oh, and he's standing up to a gust of wind that just happened. I'm impressed. Did Mike raid out? Let's spot his shark. Okay, long enough for me to not see it in chat. But I'm guessing about half an hour ago. From the number of points, yeah, about half an hour ago. Especially as I'm also now being attacked by an ad there. So I'm going to drop this guy a follow, because he's part of the art community, and we all have each other's backs. Honestly, I'm not even interested in these Olympic stuff. Not relevant. Go away. All the Gillette things. I don't use Gillette. Man's personal shavers. Just so he can show off his Olympic tattoo and jump in a pond. Oh, sorry, swimming pool. And now I've got a Royal Navy ad. Okay, that is entirely not relevant to me. I'm too old to enlist. Oh, if Starmer has his way, I'll be conscientious objecting. There was a time I'd have proudly served this country. It ain't now. So I'm not going to carry on too much longer. So if you are lurking on my channel, we are about to join where Mike raided to, because we like to support new channels. So I'm going to set up a raid. The reason being is I've got a lot to catch up on and do today. That art, no, I'll take you over to, I owe Mark, Art of Mark Disney, a raid. So we're going to go there instead then.
I will send you to Jesus.
Power-ups are here. Oh, charming. More things you can annoy me with. So, right, we're going to raid to Mark of Destiny. Mike of Art of Destiny. We're going to raid to other Mike. Because I've got a lot of stuff in the background I need to catch
That's
up on
what
today.
you want,
I'd normally
isn't
carry on
it?
till 6, but
to be mine.
I can't today because it is just a catch-up stream,
Forever.
because I couldn't stream on Wednesday. As you can probably still hear, I'm still not 100% well, and I have got a lot of admin to do today because it is Friday. So the stream team is active from now until Monday morning. So I will now be going off to go catch up with all the stuff I need to do, have time for have some dinner, and then possibly joining the collab Friday, depending on if Kilo wants to join the gang or not. If he wants to join the gang, then I will just move to doing admin stuff in the background so that he can have fun with friends. So there will be that. And I will still be around in the background. So I will be keeping an eye on the chats, doing all the little bits that, you know, is required of a stream team manager. And then I will be doing my own stuff on the weekend, so you will see me streaming on the Lone Wolf Clan on Saturday and Sunday, providing 1, the net behaves, and 2, that I'm not unwell, or 3, I've done something to offend Keir Starmer by existing. So there's that. So we'll see how that all goes. So I will see you tonight if you come over to the Lone Wolf Clan, probably as a background admin, or tomorrow on the Lone Wolf Clan, where I will be streaming the Witcher Gaming Challenge. And on Sunday, I have no idea what I am streaming at this point. Simply because the aim was to do Bounty Hunter, Star Wars The Bounty Hunter, but I cannot put it in windowed mode because they haven't optimized it correctly, which means I can't watch the chat and do the stream stuff and play the game because it has to take up the whole screen and I only have one monitor. So, can't do that, but I will think of something to play on Sunday. So we'll see how that goes. So I will see you on the weekend. Right. Apparently he's researching, looking for the bounty hunter. This should take 20 minutes. There isn't a solution. That's the answer. Yet. No, there isn't, because I have done everything that they have said there's a solution to. I have done everything that they have suggested that I have to do. None of it works. The game just crashes. And then there's actually loading into the game now. As I'm reading out on the forums for that, it is crashing on load up once people start the game. So, the game is not yet correctly optimized. It's only just come out, so that, yeah, teething problems. It's only just been relaunched. So there's teething problems right now. So in the meantime, I will hopefully see you tonight, if not tomorrow and Saturday over on the Lone Wolf Clan. Other than that, if you're just one of those that likes to watch all the arts and crafts stuff, I will hopefully see you back here Wednesday, 2:30 p.m. ish UK time for Wednesday and Thursday painting. So I'll see you then. Again, providing on those 3 things that I told you about. 1, that I haven't offended Keir Starmer by existing. 2, that the internet's playing out. And 3, that my health is okay. So I will see you then. Oh, and 4, family emergencies that may come up. It's hard to tell at the moment, so it's all hard to gauge. So unless real life stuff happens, I will see you on those days. Have fun, people. Stay safe. And I'm about to raid us over to the other Mike, who will probably then properly raid us somewhere else, because he usually finishes around now, unless he is really, really, really catching up on things. So I'll see you then. I will actually take you to our ending screen this time. So make sure I've got the right screen. There we go. So I will see you soon. Have fun. Stay safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which isn't a whole lot. There are certain things, obviously, but not a whole lot. See you on the other end, folks.